When you're listening to somebody, there's a question of credibility. If you're listening to somebody and they're saying something that sounds reasonable and seems to make a lot of sense, and you want to believe in what they're saying, each little thing that you discover that they believe, that they have different attitudes or belief systems, each little belief that a person has that seems not particularly rational or not sensible detracts from your ability to trust the person's opinion on other areas. Each nonsensical belief that somebody subscribes to diminishes their credibility levels. And this is a frustration. For me, this is a frustration. Because what we have in this society is official truth, Big Brother, whatever it is, authority, officialdom says this is reality, and you must accept it until we decide to change it. And when we decide to change our definition of reality, you damn well better change along with us. And then there's a few people questioning this, a few people with skeptical attitudes saying this might be a crock, this might be a load of garbage that's being shoved down our throats. And it's disturbing when you try to listen to somebody who sounds rational and reasonable, and what they say seems to make sense. And then it turns out that they also subscribe to other less rational beliefs. And it's a disturbing phenomenon when you encounter this. When you listen to somebody and they seem to be making sense, and then they start going off into their beliefs in UFOs, or their beliefs in Jesus, which is hardly more rational, only slightly more rational, in that this character known in modern society as Jesus might have actually been based on an actual living human being 2,000 years ago, whereas claims of UFOs arriving at the Earth are much less credible than even that. So there. What was I saying about the? Oh yeah, or if it turns out that this person's a drug advocate. Makes me a little more skeptical about their rational thinking process. You say you have a cure for cancer, but you take a lot of hallucinogenic drugs and have a difficult time distinguishing between reality and hallucinations. It's going to make me question your judgment a bit. So, UFOs and Jesus and drugs, all forms of delusional thinking that make me uneasy. And the more I encounter with these, the more uneasy I become with the person, not only the person discussing it, but the other topics that I thought I agreed with. Starts to make me question them a little bit more, the more I find. So why can't people be rational? Why can't we find some reasonable people? Why can't we find some people who express dissent and are thoroughly reasonable people and don't have to go off into a bunch of hokey, supposedly religious or other delusional type of belief systems? It's frustrating. And this is a goal that we need to pursue, the pursuit of truth, the pursuit of reason and rationality. They can't be separated. If you're not able to think clearly and rationally and reasonably, how do you think you're going to arrive at the truth? And if you don't care about the truth, then, if you are a reasonable, rational person, you've got to care about the truth.